Hello, everyone. This is Sandeep Bose, your host for the evening. In this podcast, we have a special guest. First of all, welcome everyone to Passion Podcast 2.0. Today, we have a guest. She's a trainer, she's a content developer. At the same time, she's a mother of 2.5 year old. Her name is Pratha. So, Pratha is joining us all the way from Uttar Pradesh, Itawa. So, let's welcome Pratha to the podcast. So Pratha has joined with us. Pratha, how are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you so much. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. So first of all, Pratha, I would like to thank you for joining with us all the way from Itawa, Uttar Pradesh, and accepting the invitation. Without any delay or anything like. So it's very sporting of you that you accepted the offer and you are here today to share your knowledge, experience, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The pleasure is all mine. Thank you so much.
Pratha, I think from the link which you joined, somebody called Rishi is trying to join. Can you ask them to disconnect?
Okay. Just a second.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. He'll disconnect. I guess there was some. Yeah.
No, another person, Manjari, is trying to join from the same
I'll
link.
just a second. I'll ask them.
Yeah. You should ask them to see the Facebook link instead of that one.
It is showing expired. That's why they cannot
No,
join.
no, because we are not live. Now we are live, so now they can see there.
Okay. Uh, I've shared the message. They'll get it.
Okay, okay. So Pratha, I was introducing you to my audience, and I was telling you that you are a mother of a 2.5 year old kid, and
Yeah.
also you are working as a trainer, content developer, and you have also working with an NGO. You have completed your MBA as well, B.Ed.
Yes.
You have studied from Delhi Public School, right?
No, I was teaching in Delhi Public School.
Oh, right. So you are a faculty in Delhi Public School, right?
Yes, yes.
Computer
For two
faculty.
years. Yeah. I was teaching for 2 years in DPS.
Yeah. And also you have the habit of writing blogs. So, Mrs. Mentally Yours is a popular blog that you put on regular basis, right?
Right, right.
So, how do you manage time? Because being a mother, it's a full-time job. Then to manage a house and at the same time being a trainer, being a content developer, blogger, it takes a lot of
Yeah,
time and thinking, right? So, how do you
yeah.
manage your time? How do you time management?
Actually, everything takes time. I did not start everything at one go.
Hmm.
And obviously, secondly, you need a supportive family in this regards as well. So
Yeah.
there are times when I'm juggling between work and my son, and either my husband has to cancel his plans for the movie or his sit out time with his friends so that I can do a meeting and he can take care of the kid. My mother-in-law is taking care of my child. My father-in-law is taking him out for a walk so that I can work. So there are times when all these things happen, but usually I try my best to manage a time where he's sleeping and I can get uninterrupted working hours. So that is how I do it. But obviously when work calls, there are times when things are not going according to your planning. So then the role of the family joins in, and I'm lucky to have that support from the family. So I was a faculty initially before I had a child. When I conceived, then I dropped teaching, and for 2 long years I won't say I wasn't doing anything. I that
Okay.
time I started with my content writing, and that was the
Okay.
period I realized that yes, I am into this and I can do that. And then slowly and
Okay.
slowly, after the baby was born, Mrs. Mentally yours started. So this
Mm.
is how things rolled up one by one.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, okay. So I think they are again trying to join, so maybe they are not able to understand. So
Yes.
uh, when we put this poster on Facebook, I
Right.
saw the many you got very good response from the poster. Many people commented also there, and they are very excited. So I feel that you are very popular among your friends and family members.
Yeah, these are all my close relatives, my immediate family members, and they actually there was one event when they could not see me live. So this is the second
Hmm.
opportunity, and nobody wants to miss it actually. So I guess
Okay,
that is the excitement all of them have right now, and hence uh, this is this is the reaction from everyone.
right.
Uh,
So
Sandeep, the Facebook link, that is the one to join, right?
yeah, the
If you
Facebook link is the link which others can see. Yeah,
Okay, so I'm live on Facebook right now.
you are live on Facebook. Yes,
Okay, okay. Because I'm constantly getting messages that it isn't working and all. So
it is
I
not
don't.
working.
Yeah, it shows it is expired, and
No,
might
no. Now,
refreshing it might
now,
help.
yeah, yeah, exactly. If they refresh it, it will help because now I'm live.
Okay,
Okay. So I think everyone can see. Let me share the link once again with you.
sure. If you can tag
Okay.
me, yeah. Or you're sharing it on FB or right now with me?
Yeah, I'm sharing the link with you on the WhatsApp.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so this is the link. If they click on this link, they can watch this live.
Okay, all right. I've shared.
Okay. Yeah, 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 sure. So before we begin, before we talk about your career and if we talk about the blogging, how you started, I would like to
Hmm.
know about your upbringing and your earlier age, childhood memories, uh,
Right.
and also I think you were married in Rajasthan.
No, I was living in Rajasthan. So basically, I'm from UP itself.
Mm,
My ancestors are coming from UP, but
right,
because of my father's job, I have lived major portion of my life in Rajasthan itself.
right.
So and then I moved out for studies, and then I got married in Ottawa.
Mm,
So if I go back to my childhood, I see lots of memories with my parents and grandparents. Actually, we lived together. So yes, I mean it was a wholesome of a joint family feeling and all that. But
right.
I was a very average student in school. I was not very bright student, but I managed to pull it off well in my graduation and post graduation. I guess by that time on, I got the hang of studies, and I knew that I had to do something. So I managed it there. I have a elder brother, who
Mm,
bullied me throughout my childhood, but now I know that I have his back. Whenever I need
mm,
anything, I need some support, he is there for me. What
mm,
come may what, he's there.
mm,
So yeah, and my parents, both of them, my mother is a homemaker, my father was in a job and he got retired recently. So he is very open minded. I have a very close relationship with my father
mm,
actually.
mm,
We
mm,
talk a lot more than my mother. I talk to my father
mm.
actually.
Yeah, it's always
So
this like this daughter and father relationship.
yes, maybe, yeah.
Mm,
but yeah, I can talk to him like anything on everything. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So, how do you think that you wanted to become a trainer? Like, did you saw someone in school or college, and what is the first thought came to your mind that you felt like you can become a trainer and you can impact other people's lives with your knowledge and expertise?
Actually, I started off my career. I am a master's in sustainable development. So I started off my career in NGO itself.
Okay.
So it was not. Sorry. Yeah. So it
Yeah.
was not at the very in the beginning of my career that I thought, yes, I will be
Hmm.
a trainer.
Hmm.
Training actually came to me at the moment when I was in desperate need of work, and
Okay.
I took a 2 years of maternity break, and then
Hmm.
I was searching for something which would allow me to work from home, which would allow me my flexible working hours, which would
Hmm.
allow me not to leave my son and go outside somewhere. So all
Right.
in all things, there were a lot of combinations. And when this opportunity came to me, there was a friend of mine, she was working as a coach for 10 years by then.
Hmm.
She told me that her company is launching a digital platform now because of COVID and all. So she said that you have to undergo a training, and then if everything goes well, you can be a trainer. And once I
Okay.
got into it, I realized that yes, this is my calling. I mean, now I
Hmm.
cannot imagine that I will be leaving this field at all. I am very serious about this field that I've picked up, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. So um, and obviously I like
Okay.
connecting with people, so maybe that's why it just
Hmm.
hit that key to me.
Okay. And you have worked with DPS, right, as a computer faculty. So, how's your experience back then?
Yeah, actually I have a family of teachers. My
Hmm.
grandfather was a teacher, he was teaching in a college. And my aunt, one of my aunt is a teacher. She actually,
Okay.
she was a teacher for 40 years, so now she
Okay.
got retired. So I knew, and I was very fascinated with this career option. But
Hmm.
very soon I realized that this is not for me. I was teaching computers and English, and that was the time I picked it up, because at our place was not having a exposure of what I have done in MBA,
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
sustainable development. There was no such option. So I picked up teaching because that was the only available option for me. So I picked it up, and with within 2 years I understood that okay, this is something I might not enjoy, because it
Hmm.
was with kids. And the teachers, the image that I have had of a teacher was from my school days, and things have changed completely. The pattern of
Right.
teaching, everything was changed upside down. So
Right.
uh, although I mean I connected with kids and all, but yeah, it was something I was doing. But uh, then training came, and I thought this is the thing that I should have been doing. If I had an option earlier, I would have done that itself.
Right. Right. Uh, since you are working as a communication trainer, I want to ask you that what is the importance? What do you think? What is the importance of a mentor or a coach to develop communication? Is it important? Is it necessary to have a mentor or a coach to develop the communication?
Yes, obviously. See, I did not had any coach or anything. I mean, earlier it was no such scope that you
Hmm.
were taught how to communicate. Uh,
Right.
we have learned through our mistakes. We have learned
Yeah.
through experiences. So
Hmm.
now the thing is that uh, when I look back, had I been given that opportunity,
Hmm.
to get a mentor and who would tell me how to communicate, it would have been great. But yes, a mentor actually tells you in what direction you have to work. You talk, and then you realize that maybe as a normal person I won't understand what are my drawbacks, what are my
Hmm.
areas that I have to
Hmm.
work upon. But as a
Hmm.
mentor, if I'm talking to someone, I'll understand that these are the areas he needs to put more focus on, or these are the problem areas he needs some attention on, that he needs some sort of coaching on that part. So
Hmm.
there are
Hmm.
things like that, and at that point in time, yes, you feel yes, there is a need of a mentor in this field as well.
Okay. And how do you develop this habit of communication? Are you always this kind of a person, like to communicate with friends or any person whom you know, or you felt that this is something you want to do as a profession back then?
uh, Actually, in school I was very shy person.
Hmm.
uh, so I was not knowing how to communicate initially. And when
Okay.
I came from Udaipur to Delhi for my masters,
Yeah.
I went into a shell because there was a crowd of a big city. People
Right.
from Delhi and different cities were there, and I did not know how to talk to them, how to express
Hmm.
myself. And
Right.
that's where one of my mentors came in, and actually only breaking my shell was the requirement at that point in time, and he did that beautifully.
Right.
He's still my mentor. The NGO I'm working in is his NGO only,
Okay.
and
Okay.
it's like he just opened me up to the world.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
then I did not it was more of how he was making me able to express myself. I was
Okay.
very much scared of that, and now I'm very vocal about everything, anything I'm feeling about. So it goes down to him, I guess. That's how I picked it up, and
Okay.
then working upon it slowly and slowly.
Okay. So I see that you have this blogging channel, right? And also you have an Instagram account where you post all the contents there. So,
Right.
have you always, this kind of a person, like creative person, to put things? Actually, all the women's they are very creative, right? This is a thing that we know. But to write a blog or to write a content, you have to think something, or maybe some experiences that you have gone through by yourself, or maybe you have the habit of reading books. So, what is the secret? Like how you perceive these ideas and why you feel that this writing blog is important or creating content is important for you? What message you want to give uh, to the audience with this kind of creativity?
You very rightly said that either you have certain sort of experiences, or people
Hmm.
you are associated with are going through any experience, and then we write a content about it. So that
Yeah.
is very correct. If I go back to my blogging page, it is actually cumulative of a lot of people's experiences. It is just not mine. Maybe my
Hmm.
roommate was going on with something, and she had certain doubts about life and whatever
Hmm.
experiences, whatever phases she was in, and I
Hmm.
wrote about those things, and people
Right.
appreciated within the
Right.
circle at that point in time. So the blogging part hit from there, and it was normal. I That time I understood that I am quite an observant person. So I observe things very closely, and then I maybe narrate the whole things in my own
Hmm.
words. And that's how the blogging actually went off. When I started with Mrs. Mentally Yours, it was my complete experience.
Hmm.
I started it post my delivery, and I realized that had I not known about postpartum depression earlier, I
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
have stepped into it. Because statistically, 70% of women in the whole world go through baby blues, that is post their delivery. There is a phase, and it is just for about a couple of weeks, or might land up to for a couple of months. But if these symptoms they go for a longer period of time, they are into
Hmm.
PPD. Just because I was aware about this, I did not slip into it, and I thought that this should be spreaded across the society as well, because mental health is it's still a taboo in our society. People don't want to talk about it. Are like, okay, mental health, oh my god, there's something wrong with you.
Avoid. They avoid the topic.
They
If you are
avoid the
even
topic.
trying to, yeah.
Yeah, in fact, when I came out
Hmm.
with my story that I suffered through baby blues, and these are the baby blues symptoms. And
Pratha,
yeah.
yeah, I'm just interrupting you. Now, actually, the post was not public. That is why they are not able to see. But I made
Okay.
it public now. So if you just ask them to refresh that once, they can see it.
Okay, I'll just ask them.
Yeah. Because I can see there's many of them are able to see your friends. So Saral Chaturvedi has already gave a like, so that means others are
That's
also
my
able to
husband.
see it.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. Good to know. Okay. So what you are talking about? Please
Yes,
carry
yes.
on.
Yeah, I was talking about when I shared across through Mrs.
Hmm.
Ventilios, when I spoke about my journey through baby blues and postpartum
Hmm.
and all. So
Hmm.
people actually texted me privately, not on that
Hmm.
video, and they
Hmm.
said, "Oh my God, you have spoken about it," and I too felt the same way. I did not know what was going on. So
Yeah.
especially females in that point in time, it's a very tricky and touchy period for them. uh, all the attention that they were getting, I would
Hmm.
put it bluntly, but all the
Hmm.
attention that the female was getting when she was pregnant,
Yeah.
the
Yeah. Yeah.
attention is now diverted towards the kid, and mostly people are not very worried about how she is feeling or whatever she's going through. And
Hmm.
there are a lot of psychological changes, and that is all biological, it is all natural.
Hmm.
There is nothing to be scared of, or finicky about, that I should not feel this way or I should not speak about it.
Hmm.
So when I got to know so much about it, when I myself was into it, I realized that I should spread this message along. And I was happy if I was able to help at least 10 women at that point in time. With so much
Hmm.
work, now I'm not very regular with the posts over there, but yes,
Hmm.
now I feel that it's like I should get onto it regularly. I should have been more active on that, and I'll start doing that. It is very small post that I'm sending these days, but yeah, I'll be very active so that at least people know about this.
So you rightly mentioned that you went through this phase where you are, some kind of depression, right? And also, many women they don't speak, especially in the rural areas. Women are very much, in private. Like they don't want things to come out, or they want this privacy, or maybe some social pressure or family issues, right? So it is very important to speak out. And I also had a stint of depression, so it is important to speak out. It is important to talk to people. It is important to connect with people and seek help, ask for help. And I feel that some topics needs to be discussed with your closed ones, and also if you want to, share. So I don't know why in our society still after 70, more than 70 years of independence, people are shy. People are not coming out with their problem. They are fighting a battle alone, or maybe because of fear or something, right? So these things should come out. People should speak about it, and I'm really happy that you are speaking about it. So I would like to know more about it. How's the phase like? What used to your mental condition in that time, and how you what you told yourself, or how's the reaction of your family, immediate family members?
Actually, I still remember it was day 3 after my child, and I could not stop crying. I just thought that I'm not good enough for my husband. I'm not good enough for my children. I'm not good enough for my husband.
Hello. Okay, so I think because of network issues we are not able to connect with Pratha. but hopefully she will join us soon. Till the time, I think she's joining. Okay. Yeah. So I think we lost you, Pratha, because of some network issue. But now can you hear me and see me as well?
Yes, yes. Now I can. Sorry, there was some network
Okay.
problem.
Okay. No problem.
Yeah.
Yes. Carry on.
So, I don't know what I was saying.
Okay. Okay.
I was,
You were talking about your difficulty which you faced after the birth of your
yes,
child.
yes,
Day
yes.
three, you're crying. That's what you're
Yeah.
talking about. Yeah.
I, yes, I was constantly thinking that I am not good enough. I cannot take
Mm,
care of my
mm,
kid, and I remember it discussing with my mother and mother-in-law both.
mm,
And they were so supportive. I mean, coming from a generation
mm,
back then,
mm,
my mother told me that, when I was such a young lady when I gave birth to you and
mm,
your brother, and I could
mm,
do that. And you are so smarter than
mm,
me. You are elder to me. You are more,
mm,
aware about things. Why can't you do it? Nobody shut me
mm,
down. I still remember my
mm,
mother-in-law telling me that I'm there for you. What do you need? Why
mm,
are you feeling
mm,
so? So it
mm,
was that case and that confidence from both these ladies that came along my way, and that helped me actually to gather all the courage and come back on track. And since I told
mm,
you already that I was aware about something like this, it might happen. And that was the only reason I was able to pull it off. I told myself, okay, fine. I'm that means I'm a very positive person. So if
mm,
anything wrong is going ahead on with me, or I am
mm,
overthinking something on or any that sort of happening,
mm.
I pull off myself very easily. I tell myself, okay, enough is enough. Enough of I just
Okay. So
manage
we
now.
yeah, yeah.
Now,
We lost you, but
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that's how I manage things, and then of course support from the family. Everybody in my
Mm,
family was so much helpful. My
mm,
husband actually, he was there. He just told me, whatever, I don't know what is going on, but whatever you need,
mm,
I'm there for you. And
mm,
that was enough. Nobody wants anything
mm,
from anybody at
mm,
that point in time. It's just that support from the family is required, and that is what I got beautifully from everyone, every single person in my life. So I'm
mm.
grateful and thankful to them for that.
So did you have a nervous breakdown, like a panic attack or anxiety issue, and you're doubting your ability? You're doubting yourself that whether you can play the role of a mother or not?
Yes, actually, that hit me the day I got to know that I conceived. I'm a very
Mm,
clumsy. I used to be a very clumsy person. I
mm,
could not walk straight. I kept on falling
mm,
from here and there. So the day I
mm,
got to know that okay, now there's another life attached to me, I got
mm,
scared that how am I going to manage? I cannot walk
mm,
straight, and this is the thing. Now I have to be very careful and all. And then
mm,
I kept on thinking about it, that how much life of a mother is changed from the day that you know, okay, now you are a
mm,
mother. It's just
mm.
not the baby is out or something. It's that
Yeah.
feeling, okay, now there is a life attached to you. Now you have to be very cautious. And
Mm,
struggled to that part. That was all fine. My father-in-law is
mm,
extremely caring and cautious person. He was like, "Nahi, tum baith hi raho. Don't do anything. You sit
mm,
down."
mm,
And
mm,
he still is very cautious about things. If even if I'm quiet for a day, he'll ask me what happened. Do you want something to eat or something? So again, I'll come back to the family. My parents, my in-laws, beautifully managed and helped me in that point in time. Yes, I had a self-doubt that I'm not such a I never had a very good relationship with any child. The first child I thought I had was my niece, and
mm,
I sometimes very proudly say that I was the first person to slap her also. So I'm not very good with kids. But
mm,
then with Kabir, my son, I think I
mm,
am learning each day. I am evolving. He's evolving, and we are coexisting and teaching each other something new every day. So now I still have doubts. How will I teach him? I teach everybody. I
mm,
remember I
telling my father that I
mm,
take corporate trainers now. I mean, I teach them, I coach them. I told him that I can teach anybody on this earth, but not my son. It is very
mm,
difficult to
mm,
teach your own son. And he said,
mm,
that's the reason I never taught you. I asked the tutors to do that for you. I said, okay,
mm,
that's coming to me from you. That means so it's now. Yes, I'm still learning, and I know if I reach that age, 80, 75, 80 or something, I'll be learning in that age group as well.
mm.
I know that.
Right. You have this habit of writing blogs, right? And I was going
Right.
through some of your blogs on this website. Uh, what kind of blogs you want to write now, or maybe in future, and how you would like to reach to the audience through this medium?
Uh, See, I don't have an agenda of teaching anybody anything.
Mm,
It's just that I learn through experiences, and I want people to know about my experiences so that maybe
mm,
it can help. Because the time I started writing about, there was a phase before my marriage. There was a phase when I was juggling between work and the marriage talks were on, and I was juggling between
mm,
these two things. I started writing, and people of my age connected with me so well, and they used to reach out. Yes, even I'm going through that. So I knew somewhere that
mm,
I have that thing in me that I can share my feelings and expressions openly,
mm,
and maybe yes, people connect with me in that ways. So whatever I'm going through, I just share that. Or people who reach out to me, okay, I am not good at writing. There are people who reach out to me that write a blog on this topic because I'm not good in writing, but I want my story to reach out to other people. And I have written some blogs for Mom Espresso as well. It's a website
okay, yeah, yeah,
which
I know
talks about
that.
motherhood. Yeah.
Mm,
So I've written some of my blogs are there also, and some of the cases are from other people's story, not my story.
mm,
But when I share it, people think that, oh, acha, she's going through that. That's why she has written. And I get messages, what happened? Why are you writing so? Is everything fine and all? So I'm like, no, it's okay. Everything is fine. So it's just that I want to be a medium. I want to be a friend to someone with
mm.
whom they can share their story. Or when I write my story or somebody's story, they can relate to it. So that is all my agenda is. And focusing on mental health, I want this topic to be more open. It should be discussed more regularly and casually, not with such a taboo in mind that I cannot talk and I should not talk. So this should not be the same. So yes.
Many women are watching you. I mean, all of many people are watching you, but this podcast will reach to many women, and it will go to YouTube as well. It will go outside India also. So, what message you want to give to the aspiring women? Aspiring women, I'm saying because some of them are teenagers, right? Some of them are school children. So they all aspire to be a successful woman, or maybe a mother, or how to manage things side by side, because it's not easy. Being a mother, it's not easy. All I have a huge respect for all the mothers if they are not even doing the work, but they are mother and they are raising their children. So it's a full-time job, right? It's a lot of
Right.
responsibility, and it is important, to pay attention what their need is and how they are perceiving things. What message you want to give to all the aspiring women, or aspiring, if they want to achieve anything in their life, professionally also and personally also, how they achieve, or what they should do, how they should motivate themselves, and how they should reach that level, of like if they want to work as a trainer also, or at the same time managing a family. Yeah.
Yeah. So there are a couple of things that one should keep in mind. Everything takes time. Just imagine at 31, I found my calling. Uh, After, I mean, I was about to reach 31 and I found that, okay, I can be a trainer as well. So, and at 25,
But
I was
Pratha,
thinking,
but you are a trainer, right? You are a faculty computer teacher in DPS.
yes, yes, yes. But teaching and coaching is two different things, actually. I was teaching
Okay.
in school and that was teaching students. Now I'm training
Mm.
corporate level people. Now,
Right.
both the things have their own pros and cons. When I
Hmm.
talk about students, some students may think, okay, she is my teacher, I have to understand and listen whatever she is saying. But
Hmm.
with coaching and training, I'm teaching adults, and there are certain learners who are above my age. They might think in a manner, "Arey, ise kya pata" types. So how she's so young, she's so naive. How would she know? I have some learners who are 45 plus. So there is a challenge in that case as well. But then you deal with it. You have to set a repo. So these two
So,
are
so
different things.
do you teach one on one or do you teach in a group?
No, one on one. I give one on
One
one
on.
coaching. Yeah.
Mhm. So,
So
what
they
kind of
came.
yeah, what kind of clients you have, or like what kind of training you provide to them?
Okay, so I focus on communication training, how to basically synchronize your thoughts with your ideas and of expression.
Hmm.
How much, what there are people who are struggling with just not English language. They don't know how to express,
Thought
and that's
process,
how, yes, thought process. Then articulation comes along.
articulation.
There
Yeah,
is
yeah.
yes, grammar and everything coming up. How to present themselves. It's such a, I mean, I thought that everyone must be aware about it, but unfortunately, people are not very aware about how they have to present themselves. Either it be body language, either it be clothing, either it be postures. There are thousand other things when we talk about communication. It is just a small word, but it's a huge background in there. So I give them communication plus personality development trainings as well. It depends on what are your requirements when you are
What is
coming to
their
me as well.
need? Okay,
Yes, yes, yes.
right, right. Yeah, so you are talking about the tips for the aspiring mother or
Yes,
maybe aspiring, yeah, working professional.
yes. So it's like everything takes time. You
Right,
have to give yourself a good amount of time and explore other options as well. Um,
right.
in my first job, my boss told me, she was a lady, and she told me that, right now you're becoming very ambitious and all, but let me give you
Hmm.
a tip. And she is the director of an NGO. And she said, let me give you a
Okay,
tip for majority of women. The actual career starts after their child. And oh my God, now I sit back and I say, yes, she's very right. Whatever I was doing till
mm.
now, I was just exploring options. And
Yeah,
that somewhere sat inside my head that, okay, I still have time. I can go slow. At times, I was becoming when in 2 years I wasn't doing anything. I was just taking content programs and projects, freelancing and all. I was doing that, but I was somewhere not settled and happy with my thought that okay, fine, this is something I can carry on for my future as well. So keep exploring what you want actually, and that helped me a lot. I Second thing that I would say is don't stop learning. If you think that okay, fine, this is something of my interest, go deep down. There are thousand courses about it. uh, I have last year I have done 3 courses because I thought that I am good in content writing, I'm good in this NGO sector, so I have combined 3 courses and I've done that. So keep on learning also. This is
right.
one of the best tips. Um, Third tip, try to understand what your surroundings are, what your
Mm.
nearby environment is, but
Yeah,
don't try to impress everyone. You won't be able to do that. So
yeah,
just go with what you have in mind. If you think you are correct, and if you
yeah.
have a support of at least 2 people in your family, you should go about
Mm.
it. It
Mm.
should be like, yes, I can do that. Don't discuss your ideas with 1,000 people because what is right for you might not be right for the
Yeah,
other person.
absolutely.
So yes, and keep on exploring, keep on learning. I will give this advice to everyone.
So there is a famous quote of a person that if you want to make everyone happy, sell ice cream,
Yes,
right?
I believe.
Yeah,
Yes, yes, yes. Uh, I knew it otherwise. You cannot impress everyone. You are not a pizza. I said, yeah, that's correct.
yeah.
I cannot. That is very right, and I learned it in a very long journey. I should have understood it long back. I tried to
mm,
be good with my colleagues, all my colleagues. So now this cannot happen. There will be some people who won't be appreciating your work, who might not be liking what you are doing, how are you, and all that. So you should not try to express and be good to everyone just to impress them. Be yourself. It's their choice to like you or not to like you. That's completely their choice.
right. And being a trainer, I believe that you must follow this practice of gratitude. It's there in soft skill as well. So
Yes.
now the time in this podcast, the time is here to discuss about gratitude. So who would you like to thank for where are you today? I believe there are maybe n number of people, but a few people you want to name or you want to talk about their struggle, and you might be inspired by them or they helped you somehow, which you want to mention here.
Uh, yes, you rightly said that there are a huge list of people actually. But if I
Mm,
count on tips, first would be my parents. They backed me up for whatever I chose. They thought my mother is a very spiritual person. So when I
mm,
say that, I want to do this, and she's like, yes, God will help you. You go ahead.
mm,
She's blindly following God, and she's blindly trusting me whatever
mm,
I'm doing. So she's
mm.
like, no, no, everything will be fine. You go ahead. And my father, on the other hand, gives me practical advices. So yes, a combination
Okay.
of both. They have
Mm,
helped me in becoming what I am. Uh, my in-laws, they have helped me in exploring things when I thought that
okay.
okay, this is too much is going on. My father-in-law stood like a wall and he said, "Arey ho jayega, you just jump on it." My husband have been a anchor throughout. Uh,
Mm.
he knows, he just by look he knows that whatever I'm feeling. So even right now before this podcast, he was like,
Podcast, yeah.
"Don't think too much. Just go with the flow. Don't think too much." I was like, "Yeah, I'm not
Just
thinking."
giving, trying to give you some confidence.
Yes, yes. He's on the other hand, he's not that very expressive, but
Mm.
he understands it very clearly. I am very expressive.
Yeah,
He is not, but he understands where I am standing.
right.
My mother-in-law gives me immense support in my everyday household thing.
Mm.
So yes, and I would like to call out my punching bag as well. My That's my bhabhi. She is whenever I'm feeling that enough is enough. I cannot manage, and
Mm.
I cannot do this. I cannot do that. I just give her a call
Yeah.
and I start blabbering up, and she's
Mm.
there. Yes, because there are times when you just need someone to listen to you and not give you
Yeah.
unnecessary advice. And she is that
Absolutely.
punching bag.
Absolutely.
So that's thanks Andra for being my punching bag. She is one big great support for me.
This podcast is about passion. The name is Passion Podcast. So, what passion do you have in life apart from teaching, training, and content writing?
Uh, I have a actually now there are two passions
You are a
related.
painter. You said, yeah,
Yes, yes, yes.
yeah.
So I want to write my own book. This was
Mm,
something I had a dream like long back when I was 25, 26. Then I forgot
mm,
about it completely, but now it has started hitting me again that okay, I should start working upon it, and
mm,
it should be a normal story of you, me, people living around with whom people
mm.
can relate and understand. Because we think in our heads that okay, I'm going through so much and I am the one who's suffering. So it's not that. There are other people's
Yeah,
struggles
yeah.
as well, and you can, if they can come out of it, you can also come out of it. So that's
Mm,
my agenda. And another passion is I actually want to be a good if you google, there are not very good communication trainers from India. All the names that you are getting, it is from abroad. So that's another target that I have, and I'll be passionately working towards that. So
mhm.
yes, these are the two
Okay.
things in my head.
So how important to follow passion? When I started Pratha this podcast last year, um, I was diagnosed with COVID and I was at home quarantine. So I thought that let's start something, invite people, let's know about their passion. And I found like-minded people, passionate people who really, passionate about doing something. Like you are also very passionate about writing contents. I see We can see that on your content. How important is to follow your passion? Why I'm asking, because today we are living in a day and age where people are running from morning to night, many 6 days a week, many 7 days a week, and it's sometimes it's very difficult. Mentally, you are drowned. You are not happy what you're doing, but you are keep doing it for the sake of your family or any kind of responsibility you have. You cannot leave that, right? But at the same time, I see many people who are successful in their life and they are following their passion and they are doing amazingly well. And we know many of them. So, how should do you think that following a passion is important? And if anybody want to follow their passion, then how should they manage uh, this aspect of taking responsibilities and financial aspect also, which is important. So, what is your thinking about this?
See, you very rightly mentioned when you said that last year you started with this podcast when you were suffering from
Mm.
COVID and people were sitting at
Yeah.
home, quarantine and all. There was a report on that how many people actually left their job and started doing whatever they thought that it had their
Yeah.
calling. There was a
Absolutely.
huge report on that, and
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess
Let me
somewhere.
tell you, many people wanted to start something. They want to start some restaurant. They want to start some business, something else. And exactly they started doing that. What they feel like, and after 2 years, they many of them are doing good, doing great.
Hmm,
You know.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It,
Carry on. Please carry on.
actually, when I shared this thing, this your poster on my WhatsApp, one of my old friend connected and he said, I wanted to do podcast since long, and it's great that you're doing it.
Mm,
So I'm not
mm,
doing it. I'm a guest there.
mm,
And he said, "Oh." And then I just told him that why aren't you doing it? He said,
mm,
I am juggling between responsibilities and aspirations. I said, just
mm,
cut the
mm,
crap out. You know that you
mm,
have it in you. You can do that.
mm.
Just don't
Yeah.
wait for somebody to tell you, oh my god, you have to do this. So
Yeah.
there is a see, whenever we start earning, at that point in time when I was 25, I got my first paycheck. I was like, I still remember, I got my debit card before my salary was credited to it. So it
Okay.
had zero balance. My account had zero
Mm,
balance, and I had
mm,
just a debit card, and I felt so powerful. Okay, I have my money. And I felt so foolish about myself that there was nothing in it. It's just that, having that debit card in my hand,
mm,
I felt,
mm,
yes, I have everything. But then later on in life, you get to know that, okay, financials are very important, but mental satisfaction is very important as well. Like I still have the option of going and teaching in DPS. The principal reached out to me that if you are now available and comfortable, please join us back. And I am very grateful to her that she did that. But
mm,
it did not had my calling. I cannot
mm.
go and do anything that is not of my interest.
Yeah.
Maybe some other time I think that okay, I can start it again, but
Mm,
you should be happy from here as well. You should be
yeah.
satisfied from your pocket, but you should be happy from here itself. So that is one great thing that you should think about. And COVID has, there is one exercise that keep on doing with my learners. I ask them when I want to know about their language and how much good they are. I give them one topic to talk about, and that is positive impact of COVID. And people just struggle that what is she talking about? Is there anything positive about
Mm,
COVID? And
mm,
that gives them another angle to think. Okay, there might be some positive points. If she's saying, then
mm,
there might be. Let
mm,
me just think about it. And one
mm,
of the positive impacts of COVID is that it taught you the necessities of life. Whatever we were thinking, that was actually not true. It gave us a back check that okay, fine. Now you have something in
mm,
mind and you should complete it. You never know how
mm,
much time you have. So
mm,
yes, passion that ways gives you mental satisfaction, and one should never leave that path. You should go on it. Whatever age you are in, whatever phase you are in, just jump on it. And when it comes down to financials, obviously you have to balance that out as well. but that somewhere you have to manage. You know, when we used to have a salary of 10,000, we used to manage in that also. Now if you have 25,000, you are struggling in that also. Even if you get 1 lakh, you will struggle in
mm,
that also,
mm,
because then we plan our
mm.
expenses accordingly. So that
Yeah, yeah.
goes similarly goes for the passion side as well, that if you think that you need to do this and you will be happy with this, just jump on it.
Mm.
Things will all will get in place once you start with it.
Okay, we are at the end of the podcast, but there are a few important questions which I want to ask you. Are you a morning person? Do you follow any morning rituals? Are you into meditation, yoga? How do you keep yourself active and fit? And yeah, so that's all. And then I'll ask another one.
Uh, I'm not a very morning person actually. I can
Mm,
stay awake late till night and work. This has changed in me post my delivery, because when the baby sleeps, I can work. So and now I'm scared, because if there is a boundary line for that as well, my husband starts scolding me for that. When will you sleep? You'll keep on working and all that. So
mm,
I'm not at all a morning person that ways, but I try to manage my physical routine and all. I'm very cautious of how much I'm working out. There are times
mm,
when, like, it's I was on vacation and it's been a whole month that I have not worked out. But yes, whenever I can, I do yoga. Meditation is something I really don't want to miss on to. It gives me immense energy and
mm,
motivation from within. It
mm,
calms me down, the best part, and it prepares
mm,
me for the day, so that I can just easily handle everything that is coming along to me throughout the day. So yes, meditation a big yes. Yoga, I try my
mm.
level best. Not a morning person at all.
Okay. And any other tip you want to give on health, how to be fit? Because people have the habit that working too much and they ignore this part of their health. And in that process, they end up hampering their work. So anything you want to say to them, how to take care of your health, both mental and physical, both.
I'll first pick up physical health. I would say the best you can do is keep a count of your steps, how much steps you are taking in a day.
Mm,
That will tell
mm,
you a lot about how much you're working out. We have
mm,
a thing in our head that, oh my God, I walk a lot. And when actually I used to think, oh, I'm throughout the day I'm working and I'm moving inside the house. I am
mm,
running after my kid. I'm taking care of the house. Oh my God, I do so much. But when I actually counted my steps, it was 500 or 600 steps a day, and that was a reality check to me. So I managed that, okay, no, at least 5,000 steps, and then slowly I'll increase on to that. So I'm not able to reach out till that target till now, but yes, I'm keeping a check of it. Be cautious of what you are eating, and first of all, be cautious of what your body is telling you. If you are frequently getting ill, and if you're frequently falling, you are not feeling very good about your health,
sick,
just keep a
falling sick.
check. Yeah, falling sick and you're not feeling good.
Mm,
Okay, I'm feeling lethargic. Even that's a uh,
mm,
needs some attention. Why are you feeling lethargic? There might be thousand reasons
mm,
for that. So just be active. For mental health,
mm,
you rightly said meditation, yoga is the best thing.
mm.
Besides that, I fall on to music and reading. I read, and now I'm not able to read that much, but there was a point in time, like a year before, I used to finish up a book in a month.
Okay.
So I read a lot. I still try. I mean, it's been a month, over a month. I have not finished the book that I'm reading currently, but I know in July I'll finish it, and I'll start with the other one. So yes, reading is one that keeps you grounded, and it keeps you on track.
Mm,
You divert your mind. See, empty mind is a very dangerous place to be in.
mm, yeah.
So that tells you a lot about things that are happening, or things that you can manage, or how you can manage. So reading is a must, I would say, for mental health.
And how do you handle stress or deal with difficult situation? What do you do in
I have
order to,
uh,
yeah,
I have a very weird habit. I talk to myself. Uh,
okay.
I Whatever things that I cannot tell you, maybe because
mm,
if I'm upset with you and I don't want to hurt your feelings and I won't be open to you,
mm,
but I keep on
mm,
either in bathroom or somewhere alone, I'll keep on talking
mm,
to
mm.
myself, and I'll just get it away from my side that okay, I'm finished
Yeah.
with this. uh, I have several punching bags, my father, my bhabhi, I already spoke about, so I talk to them. But when there is no other option, there are certain mantras that I keep on chanting. This I guess nobody
Mm,
knows, but now people will know about it. Gayatri mantra, and I keep on chanting just to calm myself down so that I just don't blast off suddenly on
mm.
anybody. But yes, some breathing exercise. So that's a very good technique to calm yourself down.
Right. And what you want to tell to the audience, those who are watching and will watch this podcast, and those who are not following their passion because of any reason, it could be.
So for if you want to do something and you are not doing it, I would just say gather all your courage and just jump and dive into it. And one very important thing for everybody, that is, even if you have a passion or don't have a passion, you want to do something, just eliminate the negativity from your surroundings. Be
Yeah.
surrounded with very positive people, and because there are times when you feel like that you want to do this, but there are people around who like you won't be able to do that, you're not that good in it, so you don't want that negative aura energy around you. So just surround yourself with positive people, and if you think that yes, you want to do this, just deep dive into it, and uh, prepare a flow chart. It should go step by step. Prepare a flow chart. What all things you need, what all things you need to cut down in order to achieve these targets, and just go for it. Maybe if not that, you'll find something else. But there are, always hidden messages. If you are a failure, you will definitely learn something.
Mm,
I've been a failure in a lot of cases, and that helped me out for becoming for what I am today. So lessons are very important, and I would say just keep on writing. We call it journal these days, but earlier
yeah.
days we used to talk about it as
Diary.
diary writing. Yeah, so
Yeah.
just keep on writing whatever you feel, what is your target. That gives you very good reflection when you, after a month or so, you read about it. Okay, I wanted to do that. And if the thing is repetitive in all of your statements and all of your pages,
Mm.
then you should go about it.
Yeah. The last question for you is fear. What is the role of fear in your life? And anything, any big decision or any big thing that we do, sometimes we have to take many risks in life also, right? So how to tackle with fear, because fear comes before you do take the action, and sometimes it can break you because you mentioned you're overthinking. People lose or people get failure because they think too much before they do the thing. So how to deal with the fear? So I want to tell you one quote from MS Dhoni. Somebody asked MS Dhoni that how you deal with fear, or don't you fear the consequences or the result? So he said that I don't think about the result. I just focus on the process. So is fear part of the process? So he said no. She said no. So okay. So why should we think about fear? So what is your definition of philosophy about this?
Uh, See, in my words, fear makes me strong.
But fear is
It
important, right, Pratha? In
Yeah, it's
life, in
very
our life,
important.
fear is
Yes,
important.
it is very important. That's what I said. It,
Yeah.
it makes me stronger. Uh,
Mm,
if you think deeply, fear gives you dimensions to think in different ways. If you are choosing something right now, A or B, and you chose
mm,
A, and then you are scared, what if B was right? And
mm.
then you think on those lines, what if I do B and I go on that path? And maybe then you realize that B is correct.
Yeah.
So I think it makes you stronger in your head. Okay, you think about something deeply, and you have options open. It opens your thought process. It makes
Mm,
you aware about your own self. So fear is very important. Uh, but yes, till a limit. Everything till a limit is good. I fear before every big thing. I was scared when my child was going for the first day of his school. I had a great fear in my mind. And the day when he came back happy, it was the biggest achievement of my life. So fear is something that teaches you a lot actually and makes you stronger. So I believe fear is very important, but you should know in your head, you should be headstrong about it. That okay, I've thought enough about it. Now I should go on the process and the result part. How should I achieve my target? So fear is very normal, very natural, and very necessary also.
It helps you also to give a better performance right?
Yes, yes.
Because initially, I was very fearful. Uh, Recently, I participated in a singing competition, and I was afraid to register. That should I register? I'm not a professional singer. Professional singers will come, what they will think, how they will perceive. But I registered. I was fearful, but I did practice and everything. Practice for 3 days. I went there. I performed there. I performed well. I said I performed average, but people praised me. They liked my singing. So now I'm thinking that what if I would have not registered for this,
Yes.
and if I was afraid of that somebody will think about me, and
Uh,
again, I'm doing something right. I am coaching some students. I teach them how to play table tennis, right? So I used to think that I cannot take my physical level to this state because I was not doing it. But when I
hmm,
started, I could realize that my level is not here. My level is more better than what I was to think about. When I started doing it, I feel like I can, hit this
yes,
level also. If I'm
yes.
consistent and if I'm focusing and I'm telling my mind I can do it, so I can do it. So I can see that by these examples. So anything before you leave, any example like this, it happened that you felt that okay, this is not possible. I cannot do it. Some people told you, Pratha, not possible. But you ended up doing it, and you not only ended up doing it, but also when you did it better and more than what the other person expected.
I'll give you a short story on that. I told you that I
Yeah.
was a very shy person. I was scared of public speaking. And
So that's
now
a success
here
story,
I
Pratha,
am.
right? From a shy
Yes,
person, today you are
yes,
a
yes,
coach, right? Communication
yes.
coach, just like me.
And
Yeah.
my forte is I am earning through
Mm.
talking and communicating. So yeah,
Yeah.
I still remember the first time I enrolled myself because there was
Mm.
a challenge thrown upon me that I could not speak, and uh, people knew that I write, but
Mm.
nobody knew that I can express. And there was one person who challenged me in college that
Yeah.
whatever you are doing, it's all fake, and you cannot just express whatever you are writing.
Mm.
It's all
Mm.
nonsense that you are doing right now. And it hit me so hard that what if actually whatever I'm doing, if I'm not able to express it, somebody would might copy it and express in his own terms.
Yeah.
And I ran away to my father and I said, I was too scared to step outside next day because that was the challenge to come across, to come out in public and talk about. And I still remember I went up to my father and I said, Mujhe chupa lo, just hide me somewhere. I don't want to face the crowd.
Mm. Mm.
And that was the biggest shout I got from him. This is not my daughter. Who are you? And it took me a moment to realize. And he said, just get out and step out and face the world. Okay. I tried. I failed miserably, but I tried, and that was required. That was my, I can say, a slap on my face. That dude, this is something you are failing terribly in, and you cannot be this. And then he picked it up from there. He said, you have to be very confident. आप सही हो गलत हो ये बाद में आता है. But you have to be very confident when you are expressing your thoughts and ideas to the world. You have a hand in writing. But what if you don't have that confidence to express it? I was always looking out for validation from other people. Have I written good? Have I written correctly? It should not hurt somebody's feeling. And then I got a good bashing from my roommate. She said, "What nonsense! You have done beautifully. Just post it." And in that
Mm.
same night, we created this blog page, and I started posting things on that. And the picture that I had on that blog page. That time it was I was hiding my face in the dark because I did not want people to know that this is me. And then again, one of my friend came to me and she said, like, what nonsense! You should be out in public. Okay. Then so there are people who helped me, but yes, fear was a great part of my, and still right before that podcast, yes, my husband was right, I was thinking too much. But it always happens to me when anything new is happening. Even before being a trainer, I was scared, how will I talk to people? But then yeah, I mean, I guess the biggest thing that you can do to come out of your fear is to face it. And that's the key. You face the fear and it's gone. In minutes it is gone. That is for sure.
So we are almost at the end, and we talked about passion, we talked about motivation, but we want to leave our audience in a very inspirational note. So anything, do you have any role model in your life by whom you inspire, or you see anybody in your family or friend circle, and can you give that story why you admire that person and some insight, the struggle story?
Um, there are actually, I told you I'm a very observant person, and there are people in my life. My father, who stepped out of a village. We are originally from UP. He stepped out of a village, and he worked in a corporate for 40 years. He retired as the vice president of that organization,
Okay.
and he made himself at that position in a new place altogether. Somebody from UP came out to Rajasthan and had his
Mhm.
own journey. He
Mhm.
became whatever he is right now, and he uh, he had this circle of people who are there to support him no matter what. So I always, when I talk about relationships, managing relationships, I look up to him. The way he managed his career, he is the first inspiration for me. That yes, I can do that. uh, Similarly, somewhat I faced the same thing. I was working in Delhi, and then when I left my job from Delhi and got married in Ottawa, there were people around me who were telling me, what will you do in Ottawa? There's nothing of that sort. You will leave your field, you will not get to it again. There were a lot of negativity around me. And I thought that, okay, if this is my that moment what my father had gone through, everybody is making their name in Delhi, there has to be someone making their name in Ottawa, maybe. So that's how I started off with a new plan altogether in my life. Whatever I had, I just washed it off and started altogether. uh, in the same journey, I met my mother-in-law. She's a highly educated lady, uh, but due to the situations at that point in time, she was not working. She did not get a
Your
very
mother was a
successful
teacher?
opportunity. She wanted to be a teacher, but she could
Okay.
not work. She is a homemaker, and
Mm.
huge respect to that. People like mothers, they give so unconditionally.
Unbelievable.
Uh,
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. I cannot be, half inch of what my mother and mother-in-law is. They're
Mm.
tremendous people. Just give yourself up for everything that is happening around in the house. Uh, Sorry, I'm scared with this thought. And but people who can do that, I have immense support, respect for them. So and then there are people like, obviously I very closely follow Indra Nui. I like
Yeah.
the kind of lady she is. The story, the inspirational story that she is having.
Have you
She,
read her autobiography?
yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I'm also
I
reading it.
just
Yeah.
I am a big fan of Sudhamurti as well. So I try to pick up people. Uh,
Mm.
and like I said, there are phases in your life where you have to face the fear.
I think we lost Pratha once again.
Am I visible?
Yes, Pratha, you are audible. Yes. I
Yes.
thought we lost you. Yeah.
No, no, there was some network problem, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. So Sudha
So,
Murthy and Indranvi and who else? Yeah.
so yeah, I guess these people, especially Sudha Murthy, will teach you how to stay grounded with simplicity,
Absolutely.
and
Yeah, yeah.
how to
I really
be
like her speeches, all the speech she gives. And she speaks just like the mother and the grandmother and the
grandmother.
elder sister of your house,
Yes,
right?
yes. In
No
fact, her
fuss
books
about her
are
reputation,
very.
nothing.
Yes, nothing, nothing. She had a very brilliant interview with Twinkle Khanna for Tweak,
Hmm.
uh,
Okay.
and it was just amazing. I heard it and I felt like my grandmother is talking to me. So I got that vibe, and I have read all her books. So yes, I pick up because I relate to a mother, how homemaker.
Hmm.
So I relate to
Hmm.
these things and I pick up such stories. But yes, uh, I like that. Yeah.
Ha- Uh, yeah, actually, I want to talk about Rajasthan also, but we are short of time. But I will mention that. So Rajasthan has depicted in Bengali movies in a different way. Not only Bengali, in Bollywood movies also, even in Hollywood movies, you must know. So in Bengali, we have a director. I don't know if you know him or not. His name is Satyajit Ray. He's a very famous director. Okay,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
right? Yeah. So he has shot few movies in Rajasthan, and the way he portrayed Rajasthan. So there is a uh, place which is named after the movie, and there is a restaurant. There is something dedicated to him. What is your earlier memories, or what is your favorite memories of Rajasthan? Why I'm saying Rajasthan, because Rajasthan is famous for the forts and camel and their food. It's totally different, unique. The folk music. What is your favorite thing, and what is your memories about Rajasthan?
I have lived the major portion of my life in Rajasthan. So, in fact, now when I
In
visit my
which
parents, they
city?
are
Which city?
Udaipur, Udaipur. They are
Udaipur.
residing in
Okay.
Udaipur. Yeah. I
Hmm.
have done my schooling, my graduation from Udaipur. And
So for you, it must be a very enthralling experience, right?
yes, yes, it is actually. And that's when I realized that it's such a cultural change between places.
Hmm.
Like if I compare Udaipur and Etawah,
UP. Yeah.
UP and Rajasthan are poles apart. People there are very different. People here are very different. So when I came here, I could not understand what was going on. Me being originally from UP, but I could
Hmm.
not understand how people talk and what people do.
So you
But
shifted to Rajasthan because of your father's job?
yes, yes, I
Okay.
I mean I opened my eyes in Gotan. It's a small factory area near
Hmm.
Jodhpur.
Hmm.
I stayed there. My father reached there in '84. I was born in '88. So
Hmm.
and then after 2 years we shifted to Jodhpur, and then from '95 onwards we were in Udaipur. So it's been a long journey. And Udaipur, you know what people think of Rajasthan as desert,
Hmm.
no water, no greenery. Udaipur is completely different from that. It is having 7 lakes and white city full of forts, water,
Yeah.
greenery, everything. So it gives me immense pleasure when people say, "Oh, Rajasthan, lack of water, desert area." I said, "No, I'm from a different Rajasthan." So like, okay, acha. Now Udaipur, fortunately, with movies, people know about Udaipur too much. So yes, Udaipur. My school days were there. My college days, everything. A lot of my friends are still there. So I was last month. I was in Udaipur itself. So it's a very relaxing vibe there. I enjoyed completely. It gives me a hometown feeling. But yes, I say originally I'm from UP, but major portion is of my life is in Udaipur, and my heart stays there.
Okay. Thank you so much, Pratha, for explaining that. And this conversation is so fruitful and exciting. Uh, we are not ready to quit, but because of time constraint, we have to leave. And you are also busy, I know. So we'll finish it here. And I would like to thank once again for taking the time, taking the pain to connect and to come as a speaker and to spread the positivity through this platform, which I am trying since last year. So you are my 20th guest, into the two seasons, and this is the fifth episode. So again, once
Okay.
again, I would like to wish you all the best for your career, your future aspirations. Best of luck with your kid and husband.
Thank you.
And
Thank you so
anything you
much.
want to say to the my audience who are watching this or will be watching this,
I would just say, stay with
or
Sandeep. He's doing a brilliant job.
about the podcast? Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll say I have heard your previous podcast as well, and it's just very touching and heartfelt that you are giving opportunity to common people like me and around us to share a chance so that they can share their side of the story, and might be they might impact some others' lives as well. So, great job that you are doing, Sandeep. Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you so much.
I still remember the first reaction I gave to you when you reached out to me. So I remember that one. And yes, keep on doing the good work. Now I'll be in the list of your subscribers, and I would request all of
Thank you.
my friends and family who is watching to subscribe your channel for sure.
Thank you so much. And so you said ordinary people, but I've seen this quote somewhere, and I really like this, that ordinary people have extraordinary stories to tell, right?
I guess you are standing by that and you're working. That's your
Yeah,
motto.
I'm trying. I'm just trying like another human being.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
thank you so much, Pratha, once again, and we'll see you soon in some other way, in some other platform, maybe. And I wish you all the
Sure.
best.
Sure.
And
Thank you so much.
take
All
care.
the
Bye
best to
bye.
you too.
Yeah.
Take care. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Bye
much.
bye. Bye bye.